Hey guys, thanks for watching. I'm glad you chose to watch me today, and I hope you enjoyed the topic. The topic I'm going to talk about today is something everybody needs to talk about. We are losing our freedom of the press. Now, some people might say, how do you say that we're losing our freedom of the press? We have our media outlets, the 24-hour news stations, Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, HLN. We have our local newspapers, our local news media. We also have the internet, which has multiple media outlets that we can check and see how the world is going, how the world is spinning. So how is our freedom of the press being taken away? Simple. One word. Censorship. Censorship is systematically killing our system of our freedom of the press. Let me explain. When our founding fathers were creating the laws of this great land, one thing they wanted to make sure was that the power stayed with the people and not at the ones high up. How were they going to do that? With freedom of the press. Freedom of the press made sure that the people stayed informed. As long as the people stayed informed and knew exactly what was happening, then they could keep the power. Because if something was happening that didn't need to be happening, well, the people could change it. That was the whole point of freedom of the press. Freedom of the press made sure that the people stayed in power, that the people had the power to change all the corruption that was going on. Well, here's the problem. Because our news is being censored now, because our press has more censorship than it's ever had before, we are losing our power. We are losing our information. So many people are uninformed. I have so many conversations with people, especially those that watch Fox News, because Fox News is the most misleading of all the news media outlets. I have so many conversations with them and try to explain to them, you're not dumb, you're not stupid, you're just ignorant, you're misinformed, you don't know. Because we've never had to search for our own information before. Used to, the press was always there to give us the correct information, and we would make our moves based on that. The problem is that we put so much trust into it that now people are blindly trusting it without questioning it. And the ones of us that are questioning it are noticing that they are hiding things from us. Not that there's some sort of conspiracy plan, but that they're giving us half-truths. They're telling us parts of a story without telling us the other part. They're telling us one side without telling us the other side. And that is a big problem. And some of them are completely lying to us altogether. One example of this is Fox News, what they've done recently. What they did is they talked about these so-called no-go zones that are in Europe. Now, they didn't just do one segment on this, they did multiple segments. For over 2 weeks, they did this, talking about these no-go zones, how these zones were where they had the Muslim population so strong and so fierce that not even the cops would go there. Now, anyone that has a computer and the internet could go and research this and knows that it's a lie. It is a complete lie. They don't exist. And it took the French themselves to have a show like Our Daily Show. They went to these no-go zones and said, where's this Muslim takeover? We don't see it because it's not here. It doesn't exist. Now, Fox did do a formal apology on a Saturday night show that most people don't watch. And then they never said anything about it again. This is the problem. They completely lied to their audience. They lied to their audience because they didn't want their audience to know the truth. For what reason, we can't really say. But it's proof that our media, our news, our press is being oppressed. Our press is being censored. And once they start censoring the press, and once they start taking that power away from us, that's the first step to losing a lot of our freedoms. That's the first freedom that they can take away without us even knowing it. So I ask everybody, please stay informed. If you see a story, double check it. Look at multiple media outlets and make sure that what they're saying is true. Keep yourself informed so that way you can stay in power, because that's what belongs to the people. Because as long as they keep censoring our news and censoring our press, we will not have the power in which the people deserve. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the topic and want to see more, please subscribe.